edition.
There we go.
Welcome to another exciting edition of the Ravens Flock. It's Saturday, May 25th. How are we doing, folks? It is amazing. We finally have all hands on deck here on Saturday night.
Wonderful
Saturday nights, and you know what that means? It's not time for collision, because fuck it.
No, it is time to waste our lives like John Travolta on the dance floor.
Ooh.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Do not disrespect the Saturday.
No, we're just disrespecting the Saturday Night Fever. What did he really do with himself?
The whole point is that
I don't know. I didn't watch it. So.
The whole point is that he's trying to find purpose in life, and he's throwing everything away because partying is the only thing he knows.
I miss John Travolta when he was great.
Saturdays.
Me too.
That's really
I don't
sad.
sleep until
But
Sundays.
you know what remains great? The Ravens Flock.
Oh, of course, we're always great. We're the super cool, awesome channel with nerd news and all the other cool content. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host of Wrestle Rewind, and I am the founder, content manager, and executive producer of this channel. And we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. Now, joining me on my immediate left is the host of Los Amigos Play, a man who cried behind the scenes, and he was weeping tears of my absence. It's okay, Angel. It's okay. You don't have to.
I missed you like the sun missed.
Nobody
I miss you too.
I missed
No
my
one can hear
brothers.
you.
I miss you 3000.
I miss you 3001 because you is my homies.
Damn, Mr. Angel Mendez.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. As usual, it is a joy and a pleasure to have you. It's not very often we get the chance to sit down, relax, and talk some nerd shit with our friends. And let's be honest, we are family. All the same, I hope that you enjoy us watching the show as much as we enjoy making it for you.
Absolutely. And joining us on our far left is Dragon Fang Cosplay.
Hi guys.
And joining me for my far right is Zayana Rose Cosplay.
Hi guys. You should have heard us before we even came online. It was funny.
They were talking Kingdom Crack, and we were starting to run late.
Amongst other things, yes. It was fun.
Complaints are
Worth
legitimate. My
Very
soul
much.
is
It was fun.
inviolable, and my principles remain intact.
And joining me on my immediate right is...
Those are the unequivocal words of a man who's completely delusional of objective reality.
It's called facts, brother.
No, it's called delusion.
Boys. And on my immediate right is... the host of the Blog Files, my type part of Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on his channel every single week.
Don't touch me.
He also cried behind the scenes because of my absence, and he also...
Touch me!
Told you.
You should have seen a big fat tear sparkling in the air like a shoujo scene.
But then
And then he
Suck it
back
back
up.
See, I knew you had a heart somewhere. Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction, Zane. Don't you ever forget the mister.
I will never question the heart.
Don't touch me!
Hey, you have to trust in the heart of the cards. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. With the new expansion that came out, that has a whole smorgasbord of Exodia support.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
They better believe in the heart of the card.
Boys.
Yeah.
Horus.
Boys,
Guys.
in my humble opinion, it's not Yu-Gi-Oh without Yugi. Sorry.
I
I
mean,
don't know. Yusei was pretty cool.
Deanna Rose has a point.
Sorry. I have not watched anything after
Dude,
that. Unless it has Yugi in it.
I mean, Yugi's the OG. You can't argue
Well,
against
you
that.
can't argue against the OG, especially when the OG beat the shit out of the other OG.
That is true.
That was pretty fun.
And of course, folks, like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges, custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to rescue the Ravens Flock for the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission, but in order for us to continue doing this, we wish to make it our full-time livelihood. And in order for us to be able to dedicate our proper, the proper amount of love and respect and freaking time and energy that it deserves. I mean, look at us, for Christ's sake. Angel over here is zoned the hell out. Do you have any idea what the hell kind of life he leads? He doesn't lead a life. He goes to an office, and then he comes home, and then he falls unconscious in front of either his console or his master race PC. That's not living.
Survival is the only thing that he can do.
It's subsistence.
Life
You are
is
nearly
for those
existing.
who are rich enough to afford it. Nobody in this room is rich.
Not by a single goddamn mile. But with your help, with your support, by spreading the good word of the Ravens flock, by encouraging people to subscribe to us, and by helping us turn all those subscribers into inner flockers as well, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content and special discounts or merch, link in the description below, and you also get access to all of us, the Ravens flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds here to make your very fair mission by providing us your thoughts, your feedback, and your ideas that better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. So up over here in the chat, we got Nikki Bella, Lisa Boo, Mistress Meg's in the chat. Hey,
Hello.
Mistress Meg. Mr. Quake is over here. AD, I do believe that over here, and we're going to cover that over here in a little bit. And the Joseph Santa's in the chat. Let's see. Jill didn't only drink whiskey. You're not wrong over here. And yes, at least Nick let his kids down to IMO. Well, we're going to get that.
We're going to get to that in just a bit. Also,
and
AD.
Matthew Coburn just came in.
Yay! Also, AD, if this is your first time on this channel, hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about us, my friend.
Feel free to join us whenever you please.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix this thing. You do the thing.
Yeah, no, of course.
Julie, do the thing.
But that being said, we do have a lot of news to cover, and I'm going to be honest with you folks. We actually did talk about this prior to going live, and it has been a slow week. But nevertheless, we are still committed because we still have a lot to discuss. But the human body can only handle so much, all right? And to go through a whole bunch of talking requires a good amount of energy.
Not just energy. You need power. You need hydration. You need flavor. You need the thing that gets you out and that refuses to pick you down. Like the banana spider injecting her blood into your penis. You need glitch energy.
That's right. Glitch energy is the ideal beverage for all geeks and nerds to keep their bodies vitalized and supercharged after days of activity. With 0 calories, 0 carbohydrates, 0 sugars, and 0 crash, Glitch energy comes in a different variety of flavors, and there's different flavors for everybody. And it's not just energy drinks, energy blends that they make. They also make hydration blends for hydration and endurance, and they also have their own line of supplements for nootropics, supplements to help boost your immune system, to help boost testosterone, to help with your eye vision. Like a lot of us here, we are working 9-to-5 jobs staring at computer screens all day.
I am blind without my glasses. I can only see a foot in front of me, guys.
It's a bad Velma joke from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, no, I'm actually blind. I literally cannot see without my glasses.
I can't be seen without my glasses.
The names of the books over there.
And the beautiful thing about glitch energy is that, like, every certain amount of time, like every month or so, I'm trying to count here, there's always a new flavor that's out there for everybody.
Check this out. These guys had literally just announced this Neon Sugar, which is their newest flavor. It's cotton candy flavored, inspired by whom? Laura the Explorer, who's a gamer over here.
And we need it.
And yeah, we're gonna have to get our hands on this. So Glitch Energy, do us a favor, hook a flocker up over here. We want to try the cotton candy glory of Neon Sugar. And if you don't like Neon Sugar, there's plenty other flavors to choose from. Dig this. And this was all in the last month. They came out, they just debuted Neon Sugar. They came out with Strawberry Rageade over here. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Neon,
so if you got
those
a
flavors
rage,
are great, but I feel
that.
like it's only been yesterday since we had Skill Issue.
Right? Well, there's also...
this?
That means that
Yeah.
they're increasing their repertoire so much that they're willing to give you options. It's always good when you have options, because while we do yap on and on about the good old importance of the nutrients and the hydrolytes and the electrolytes and the meteorites and the kyberlites and the cabron lights, what's important is flavor. At the end of the day, how many companies out there that are going to sell you an energy drink that will pick you up in the morning, but it will make you feel like you just swallowed a rag used to wipe vomit? It's unpleasant.
It's horrifying. It's overly like caffeinated. It's bitter. It makes you feel bad about yourself.
And what's worse is that it's all too common. After you drink a certain amount of energy drinks, they all taste the same. I want something unique.
and they're like
Exactly.
chalky and
No, no.
buttery.
You want something
It's
that
a bad
tastes
taste
better
in your
than
mouth.
liquid dirt. We are going to give you something better. Because if the average energy drink is pure dirt, then this is a mouthful of crushed white sparkling marble from the statue of David itself. We're not giving it-
Michelangelo's David.
We're not giving it to you because it's good for you. We're giving it to you because it tastes bad. So grab
Wait,
yourself...
what?
You said it
Does
tastes
it taste
bad.
bad?
My bad.
It's okay.
You
Angel.
fucked up.
The
You
other
fucked
stuff
up.
tastes
You
bad.
fucked up.
This tastes
No,
good.
it's okay. Guys, you're missing the point here. It doesn't
Glitch
taste
for a
good.
second.
Glitch energy tastes great.
Great.
And much like what Angel said in the past, if we don't like it, we don't buy it.
Actually, I meant more like Michael Jackson's bad.
You bad, you know it, Shimona?
Well, they're not gonna get it.
Well, they fucking better. Bring me the new flavor called
You're attempting to salvage it. It's okay. The effort is appreciated.
I activate salvage. Salvage.
And folks, if you go onto glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you'll receive a 20% discount on your order.
Well, actually, if you guys here's the crazy thing when it comes to Glitch Energy, these guys like to throw out exceptional deals for you. So for this weekend only, in celebration of Memorial Day, they're giving you a 35% off discount if you use their promo code MEM35 at checkout. And since we here at the Ravens Flock, we want you guys to try Glitch Energy because, well, we want you to be able to enjoy it and enjoy yourself. We want you to get the best deal you can. So when it comes to it, if you're not able to get it by the end of this weekend, then yes, please, by all means, use our promo code. But if you want to get a really good deal, use promo code MEM35 this weekend only for 35% off.
We'd like to thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock. We really appreciate that. And yeah, no, the cat's out of the bag. You've made a terrible mistake.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. You've teamed up with a pack of scallywags and
10
scoundrels.
years from now, they're gonna look back on this deal and go, man, maybe hiring all those German scientists was a bad idea.
So that's who the mysterious person in the fedora and the large trench coat was who hooked us up with Glitch Energy.
I mean, his round Spence's glasses were really cool.
Right, I know. Also, he had this burn in his hand that made it look like he was holding a bronze jewel, a bronze jeweled amulet.
It's okay. It was a working.
It's okay. Yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
Who cares?
I think he went to work for the government.
Yeah,
All right.
That's true. Well,
let's go ahead and move on, guys. But
okay.
All right. So getting into it. So like I said earlier, it's a little bit of a dead week, but we do have a lot of news to go over here, and it's going to be a bit. So I guess there's no other way for me to segue this except go get him, Juan.
Wow, just fucking dumped the shopping cart on your ass and ran off.
Don't touch me.
Nobody heard you, Angel. The microphone isn't up here.
Wow. That thing I just said right now. Oh shit,
okay.
hang on. I just said to the struggler for being a member for 9 months.
Yeah!
Wow, did I get done right one of these? Oh well, 9 months, motherfuckers. Woo! Stay fly.
Thank you for that.
Same
And the
baby.
Joseph Santos,
for you, man.
by the way, the Joseph Santos, thank you for that. He says, I ditched my last energy drink for Glitch, and now I'm having more threesomes.
If that is not an advertisement of quality, I don't know what
Okay.
is.
Oh my god.
Okay. Now, if you guys haven't seen from our thumbnail tonight, yes, we're going to be discussing the latest news regarding the lawyer / YouTuber Nick Rekieta, who was actually arrested earlier this week. For this, we are going to have to throw up an obligatory disclaimer here.
Yes.
Okay. Folks, first things first, if we haven't said it enough times but in the past, this is an 18-plus channel. For the love of God and all that is holy, do not expose anyone who is under the age of 18 to our content because of such situations like this. Because we discuss mature topics, we swear like fucking sailors out of your fucking ass, we have we discuss topics that may be controversial or might be conflicting to your worldview. Whether or not it does, we couldn't really be bothered to care.
Exactly.
Exactly.
The point is, we don't care if they're teenagers or they're 12 or they're 4 or they're or they're
This
baby.
is not a PG-13.
No, this is rated
Just
M.
because your parents are there doesn't mean you can watch
No,
it.
let's get one thing straight here. While we certainly understand that children require education, not a single person in this room is qualified to be a teacher. So for the safety of the young ones, please keep them away from the screen because this stream is rated M for me.
It's him. Hi. He's the problem. It's me. No. Point is, for the love of God.
Holy crap!
We're also-
Planet Q's Queen has been a member for 17 goddamn months!
That is amazing, but yes.
I'm sorry I kept interrupting your very
it's
important
okay.
disclaimer.
Low work is a bitch. Sorry, I've been missing. LOL. Hi, Ravens Flock.
You don't have to
Appreciate it.
apologize. It's fine. But getting back to the point.
Getting back to the disclaimer. We're going to be discussing issues involving
The law.
drug use and crossing the law and potential issues that may involve child endangerment. This is not safe for work. This topic is most especially not safe for work, unless you're at work where you don't have to deal
Then
with
it's safe,
children.
Because
then
let's
it's
be honest,
okay.
you have nothing better to do.
But for real, please, do not share us with anyone who's underage. All right?
But anyway,
All right.
No!
Angel,
I'm
shut
not
up!
fucking kidding!
minors DNI, but let's be
Angel.
honest, the minors never listen.
You're not wrong. They don't
Duct
fucking listen.
tape.
Yeah.
Let's not lie to ourselves. We're putting this here to cover our own asses. If you find yourself watching, well, I'm gonna put a stream here, and if you happen to watch it, it's your own damn fault.
All right.
Even parents need permission from a guardian to watch this show. Yeah, we're that bad, the Joseph Santos. All right, so...
But that being said, I think before we get into the story, we need a little bit of context of who this guy is.
Okay, Nick Rekieta. He is a lawyer. He is a YouTuber. His YouTubing has been around for many a year and a day. His specialty is libation, intoxication, and litigation. As in, he's a drunkle Stan. Who talks the law.
Basically,
And
yeah.
the law won.
And for his credit, he was pretty damn good at talking the law.
And he's also really good at reviewing spirituous beverages of a spirituous nature. He
law-
drinks booze.
Oh,
The
so
law
he's a-
of
oh,
drank.
so he's a connoisseur.
He is a connoisseur.
He was a connoisseur. So, for a small amount of context for those of you, while Rekieta has been known to associate with somewhat controversial personalities and channels, ultimately the man was simply known as yet another interesting YouTube channel to study law cases. People would go to him not just to review whatever alcohol he was drinking at the time, but to give his professional and admittedly very well-informed opinion on certain cases. He was well known, but he wasn't quite as well known as now, until the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case.
Exactly, yes.
He
Actually,
covered that case, and it was consistently the most successful video in his entire channel because it exploded him into popularity, gave him a shit ton of fans, and a shit ton of revenue.
To which is the same Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case that we have covered here on this channel as well.
which
It was a fun time for everybody.
it was insane. And considering that our brother from another mother, the Lord and ruler of the popcorn planet,
Andy
Mr.
Serkis.
Andy Signor.
Ah, my bad. I like Serkis too. He's cool.
Andy Serkis is an excellent actor. The point is, between these two guys and several other YouTubers who were covering the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, people were able to get a much more informed perspective on different cases involving the law. This basically catapulted Nick Rekieta into, like Angel said, into a bit of superstardom, and in the end, he was able to trade in that cachet for increased success, increased revenue, increased notoriety, and for a time, it was good.
He seemed like a perfectly good story with a perfectly wrapped ending. Lawyer gets the case of a lifetime, covers it, sees his party win, gains a massive paycheck. What could possibly go wrong?
Okay, Angel, for the record, he wasn't part of the lawsuit.
He was covering it.
Well, yeah, he was covering it.
Yeah, he was part of it that he was covering it.
And also, he
Yes.
was helping out with other fundraisers and everything in order to help bring awareness to domestic abuse of not just women but also men being abused in the workplace as well, and of course children and stuff. So he was very much a very nice dude. And considering that we don't really affiliate with assholes unless we can help it, and even then we still call them out if they're being assholes.
I never affiliate with assholes.
What? Are you kidding me? Have you seen
Well,
us?
I guess I'm not
Okay,
being
you
here
guys,
anymore. Okay,
you
fine.
guys are. No, sit down. You guys are the exception to the
Point
rule.
is,
Oh yeah, my asshole is special.
My God.
for a time, it was good.
Yes.
Until earlier this week.
It has not been good. You gotta understand, this is not a story to much laugh about because even if a person would disagree with Mr. Nick Rekieta over his work and opinions or who he associates with, the man was, as far as we knew, I'm metaphorically speaking here, clean as a whistle. The man had nothing controversial to actually say for himself, no previous history of crimes, violence, abuse, or anything of the sort. He just sat there, he drank his booze, and he talked about legal stuff. Perfectly good, perfectly clean, relatively speaking, safe.
Yeah.
Ow.
Unfortunately, as of the last few months, culminating into this particular event, people have begun to realize that
Something
while
was off.
failure can hurt a man, success can thoroughly destroy him.
Unfortunately.
And he fell into the harshest and easiest traps. He has slowly but surely becoming an addicted alcoholic.
Unfortunately, you're not wrong, and I'm gonna need to eat something sweet after this stream.
This one hurts. 'Cause
And this is an article
damn.
provided to us by Fox9.com. The headline reads: Nick Rekieta, MN lawyer,
Minnesota.
Yep,
Oh,
Minnesota
that's what I
lawyer and YouTuber facing a drug charge. And this was last published on May 24th, yesterday. And who's
By the Fox 9 staff there.
by the Fox 9 staff.
Okay,
So
in Spicer, Minnesota. That's
Yep.
where he's based. So
in Spicer, Minnesota, Minnesota-based lawyer and online legal analyst Nick Rekieta is facing a drug charge in Candiotopia County. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Rekieta was arrested Thursday along with his wife Kayla and a fellow online personality. Prosecutors filed charges against Rekieta and his wife on Friday for second-degree possession, child endangerment, and a gross misdemeanor firearm charge.
Oh, Christ.
okay, according to the charges, law enforcement attempted to execute a search warrant on May 23rd at Rekieta's home in Spicer and was greeted by a girl at the front door who would not let them inside. After Rekieta refused to provide the door code, law enforcement used a door ramp to get inside and found Kayla Imholt. The Imholt. Why is it? Who's Imholt?
What?
Maybe
Okay.
that's the internet personality?
Yes, that's her. And
yeah.
4 juveniles inside. That would be his kids.
Law enforcement proceeded to search the master bedroom and bathroom where they allegedly found a variety of drug paraphernalia, including 3 small baggies that tested positive for cocaine, 8 green tablets that tested positive for ketamine and a digital scale, and several other items that tested positive for cocaine, charges claim.
Authorities found a Sig Sauer AR with several magazines and loose ammunition underneath the bed, a spent shell casing on the bedroom floor, and located additional firearms and ammunition in the garage, according to court records. Police took Rekieta. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Angel.
Police took Rekieta and his wife Kayla into custody, and he told law enforcement that he and his wife stayed in the master bedroom where law enforcement claimed to find most of the drug paraphernalia. This is not a good thing either. But allegedly refused to answer questions about the cocaine, according to court records.
Before his arrest, some online users had raised concerns about Rekieta's health this week, sharing a clip of him appearing to doze off during a stream. Law enforcement noted Rekieta had several injuries to his arms at the time of his arrest. They described the injuries as sores that are common with controlled substance users, charges say.
Rekieta, who owns a law firm based in Spicer, Minnesota, saw his online following skyrocket during the pandemic as he covered cases including Kyle Rittenhouse's trial and Johnny Depp's lawsuit against Amber Heard. He has more than 150,000 followers on Twitter and nearly 450,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Rekieta and his wife are set to make their first court appearance on Monday morning. That was yesterday. Okay, so
Okay.
so for the record,
for
this
grace, if there's ever been one.
this was basically pretty much this was a nightmare over here. And like I'm over here seeing. Oh, by the way, Mr. Quake A up here, buddy, how's it going?
Hello.
He says he's shocked. V. Joseph Santos says you guys need a meme with Angel and a speech bubble that says my asshole is special. Did you see his streams lately? He was so gaunt. I actually saw the stream that was
haunting.
no, I saw the stream that he was referring that was referred to in the article there that showed that he was looking gaunt, that he dozed off. I'm gonna be frank with you. It doesn't look like he dozed off. It looked like he was finished. Like he thought he finished the stream. He looked like he was. He clicked to something else, and I'm not gonna lie. It looked like he let his eyes glaze over for a moment, and since you could only see from the chest up,
Yeah,
you could
he
see.
was off.
No, not that. His eyes were glazed over, and you could see one arm movement.
Yeah.
And then he
speed?
immediately looked up and said, "Why is my camera still on?" And he was not cogent.
This dude was not alright. He DSP'd. The Dark Side Phil did the same thing. See, the reason why this...
Okay, that's what it looks like. This is not an accusation. We're not trying to say he did anything.
Just a speculation.
It's just an
this is
implication.
just-
We're just
Observation,
it is a
observation.
speculation based on what you've observed.
It is
Angel?
merely speculation that leads to implication.
And I'm not
And
trying
I'm putting designation. Jacking off within this nation.
Oh my Jesus, Angel, shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
You're welcome. But yeah, the reason why this shit is so incredibly depressing is because if you look at a stream of the guy 1 month ago, he looked healthy. His skin had no pallor. His cheeks were fuller. So when people realized that his health began to decline, at first we assumed that it was just, okay, put down the booze. You're boozing up too much. And he genuinely was drinking nonstop. He went from taking like a sip every like half an hour or so to just downing glasses. The man was putting booze away like water. Like, we make fun of the critical drinker. But I'm pretty sure the critical drinker is critical about his drinking. And this man sadly was not. So to find out about the fact that he wasn't just dealing with the alcohol, he was dealing with the illicit substances as well, that means that this man basically got so much money and he let the cloud let so much to his head that he completely lost any compulsion that he had and any restraint. This dude has been drugging himself into a stupor for more than 2 months.
Jeez
At
Louise,
least
man.
that's how it
At
appeared.
least.
At least that's how it appeared. But if that is true, man, like, geez, like, talk about spiraling downward.
Well,
It was sad to witness, honestly.
it's also usually when people get that much money, it goes to their head and they just go crazy. We've seen it happen again and again.
It's also the fact that him being a lawyer, that means that being a lawyer is not an easy job. But covering that case and the Rittenhouse case gave him so much money so easily. That is probably the easiest, biggest money that he's ever made in his entire life.
What really
So he basically decided, I can just coast on this forever. I am set for life now.
What really concerns me about this arrest is just what they've confiscated. Like, it wasn't just like one thing, one like a small amount of like drugs they found. Like, they found like
Okay,
Several
here's
small amounts
here's
of
what's up.
drugs.
Yeah.
They said that they found 3 bags of cocaine.
That's pretty bad.
Now,
Yeah.
according to some of the reports over here, because I'm trying to actually pull up the police report stuff, there were 25 grams of cocaine.
That's a lot
Yes.
of grams.
The average, like, 8-ball or whatever, like how much you would want to take on a weekend if you want to go, like, nutty and do the hangover in Vegas, is 3 grams. So, if you want to actually break it down, you had about 9 people's weekends worth of
drugs. Or
which
also about
also
a third of the budget for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
what also concerned me, and this is
sorry, you go ahead.
no. What also concerned me, and this is something that I spoke with Juan privately, is that like they also confiscated digital scales to go
So
with the
does
drugs.
that mean that
yeah, what are
he
those?
could
Help me
have
out here.
been
scale for weighing stuff.
Does that mean that
For
he
weighing
could
drugs
have
and
been
whatnot.
selling it?
That's
I mean,
that
no
could be it.
no.
Hang on a minute.
Yes, listen. That is how it will look to any idiot cop who doesn't know the first thing about anything or anybody. You see larger, like, okay, drugs in a larger amount of quantity than usual, plus digital weighing scales equals drug dealer.
Possible trafficking.
They're
Possible
going to
drug
try to say that he's distributing or some shit.
It is a sad and disturbing.
Which is horrible,
or-
because that's clearly how it looks, and it's going to be very difficult to argue otherwise.
Another thing with that is it could be that his house is being used by a drug dealer for that, and it's just
That's
you
that's
know,
how.
yeah, that's just where it's
The-
being done.
The bad part is that this is just like the first layer of the shit cake because the drugs were a problem. The fact that A, the drugs were a problem, B, there is proof you've been putting the drugs into your system, and C, there were multiple drugs is pretty bad. The gun is the part that worries me the most.
Look, okay, for the record, you can still own a gun
Oh,
with
you
a
can?
license and everything.
That's
wasn't
It's
there-
more.
but
It's more a
didn't they
matter of that
actually
they had.
find-
What's up?
Didn't they actually find a
spent
shell
Yeah.
casing,
Spent shell casing,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's concerning.
Owning guns,
Wait,
that's fine, bro.
and there are
It's-
children. There are
that-
children in
I
the
was
same
about
house.
to get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like owning guns, perfectly fine. It is your right. Second Amendment, America, fuck yeah. Leaving them under your bed,
Yeah.
you're still allowed to, but that's pretty dicey. Leaving them under your bed with your children around
And with drugs that they can get
and with
into.
drugs.
Yeah.
The children
Okay.
could have easily just.
That was
walked
not a
in
recipe
there.
Also,
for
this is
disaster.
children
That
we're
was
talking about.
Hell's Kitchen.
Wait,
Okay.
first,
All right,
how old are the
Juancho?
children?
Yep.
Sorry, go on.
How old are the children?
We don't know.
We don't
Never
know.
mind.
For the record, we're not going to name the kids. We're not going to.
Oh yeah, I'm just like age range. If they're young, I mean, kids
Accidents
always
can
want to
happen.
go where mommy and
It's
daddy are,
still
so
dangerous.
they'll come in.
Yeah.
If they're teenagers, I mean, some teenagers
Teenagers are
end up stealing.
dumbasses.
They end up stealing stuff. So
Yeah.
what would happen if they went in
Yeah.
there?
And even,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what age your children are. By common sense laws, you gotta keep your gun in a safe, easy to reach, but keep it safe.
Without
Yeah.
the ammo nearby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a better world, you would never need it. But in case you do, at least make sure it's safe enough that only you can access it.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Now-
come on, dude.
Now, Juancho?
Okay. Thanks to someone over on Twitter goes
Hey,
by
it's Undoomed. I follow that guy.
And yeah, Struggler. So allegedly, it might be him not being able to deal with his wife pulling him into quote certain situations.
Excuse me.
And D. Joseph Santos. If those kids know how to snort coke, Nick is never getting
Oh.
out. Okay.
If they find a
here's-
single trace of drug inside those children, that man is going to jail forever.
Okay, we hope not. We
Here's
sincerely
to
hope
hoping
not.
not.
Hopefully that's
Okay.
not the case.
All right, so Undoomed actually managed to get this clip, and we're crediting him for getting this. This is a clip from the what do you call it for it? Like his arraignment. I guess they did it digitally. Give me a second.
Yeah.
So this is literally just him talking to
Live
a judge.
research.
Well, no, that's not live research. That's a live stream between him, judge, and like the prosecuting office. And Undoomed over here literally says, "Holy hell, Nick Rekieta is facing over 26 years in prison. Of course, they'll probably offer him a plea, so who knows what he'll serve. But Jesus fucking Christ, this has to be the worst hangover in history. However, since he has involved his kids in this, I have little sympathy." Okay, that's Undoomed's opinion over here. Let me just go ahead and play the video.
Yep.
Possession 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine. This is in violation of
Wait.
statute.
Sorry, hang on.
2.022.
Yeah, start over.
Yeah, I have to start because the audience couldn't hear that.
Count 1 is second-degree possession, 25 grams or more of cocaine or methamphetamine. This is in violation of Minnesota statute 152.022, subdivision 2, print A, print 1. The maximum sentence for that count is 25 years in prison and or a $500,000 fine. Count 2 is possession of ammunition or any firearm with the user of controlled substances. This is a gross misdemeanor, so the maximum sentence is 364 days in the Kansas County Jail and or a $3,000 fine. Count 3, endangerment of a child when present with a sale or possession of a controlled substance. Again, a gross misdemeanor. Count 1 is second degree.
There we go.
All right. So charges wise, if you guys listen to that cost, you see that is about 500K or so in total fine charges. The thing is, considering the amount of money that he's made, he might actually be able to pay that off. But
Possibly.
that's not what's important here. The point is that he found himself in that position in the first place. Like, brother, you gotta clean your act.
Like, okay. Also, two things. One, Vito Gisaldi, another controversial dude who's actually a friend of the flock over here. Hi there, Vito, by the way.
Hello, Vito.
He went ahead and he got a hold of the incident report itself. So if anyone wishes to read that, here is the thing. It's going to be difficult to try to actually paraphrase all of this over here.
Yeah, that's why we're just going to leave the link on the chat
It's
for you
better
guys
for you
to
guys
read.
to read it, get the whole picture.
So you actually have the incident report. There are like address has been redacted, which for the record, the actual like release of the information initially was freaking put out by the sheriff's office. So they accidentally doxed his ass without realizing it,
Whoops.
idiots.
Oh, someone's gonna get
Police did something stupid again. News at 9.
And then we also had an opinion from the Umbrella Guy. Hey there, Tug.
Hey, Thug.
Yep, the Umbrella Guy just shared a couple of bullet points here. So, yeah, Nick Rekieta is charged with 25 grams of cocaine or meth, possession of ammo or firearm, child endangerment. He is currently representing himself. The last two are gross misdemeanors. The drug possession carries a maximum of 25 years in prison. He is innocent until proven guilty.
Give me a fucking minute. Let me zoom that shit in.
Innocent until proven guilty.
He is innocent until proven guilty. You silly moo cows.
Actually, unhighlight. There we go.
No.
Much easier to read.
Yeah, there. He is innocent until proven guilty. And yeah, and Tug was over here saying he looks bad and it's sad too. I hope he gets everything sorted. This is Tug's opinion on it.
Ironically, him representing himself might be the best option. He is a professional lawyer with years of experience. But what I care about is what happens after. Because at the end of the day, even if he manages to go for the plea deal, even if he manages to cut down the prison sentence to something more manageable, or if he just pays off all the fines, he still put his family in danger. He still put himself in danger. And the road to recovery is going to be exactly as harsh and painful as you imagine it's going to be. You don't get any accolades or pats in the back for that one. It is up to him now to determine whether he can clean his act up and actually return to what he used to be. Because he could, but it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy,
be a
and
hard
it's
road.
what's even just as difficult is like it's like no matter how it turns out, it's like he's got to rebuild his reputation now. Remember, dude, don't forget, no one should ignore the public court of opinion.
No, I mean, dude, that is bad. Like, bro, the police broke into your home and they found way more drugs than necessary, and your children, and the guns all over, like, you are a mess. It doesn't matter if he comes out of this one smelling like roses, the garbage pile in the back still has to get cleaned up.
Like, I personally, I gotta let you guys know right now, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, we've not made any secrets about this. K-Storm and I are parents.
Yeah.
And there is nothing we wouldn't do to protect our kid. And that even includes like protecting them from anything that we ourselves might be doing for our own enjoyment. For instance, going out for drinking, and or since like what do you call it? If anyone decides to partake in cannabis or anything of the sort, as long as it's like for me, I only use like THC Delta 8, which is legal to purchase in the state of Florida.
Fuck yeah.
And my wife has a medical marijuana card, so she takes that for her own personal conditions, and we make it 100% clear that is not for the kid. This is not something that is condonable. This is not something that we encourage. We encourage you to find other ways to deal with stuff, but since we have medical conditions, like I have freaking diabetic neuropathy, it literally is the only way that I can fall asleep at night.
It's a necessity, not a luxury.
And it's not one that I'm particularly proud of. And since my wife and I both have brain juice problems over here, not only do we go through therapy and medication, but we're also have access to THC products. Herself a little bit of the stronger stuff because she has a medical marijuana card, as is issuable by the state of Florida. We take that shit legally, and even then, we're still super strict and super tight about that shit. Anything involving around our kid. Notice how I'm saying our kid. We're that protective. I'm not telling you their gender, their name, their age, their nothing. Fuck you, you're not allowed to know.
The child is actually a giant amoeba. Its gender is undefined until they shift into a more appropriate coordination in the future.
It's true. We're still trying to teach them how to form eyeballs.
How did your wife give birth to a T-1000? I am genuinely fascinated by
Disgracefully. It was a really, really wild night that night.
All I remember was just splatters of silver all over the hospital. What the fuck was I doing there? Why did you invite me?
I didn't invite you there. You found out
just
because
showed up.
You found out because her mom.
You stepped out of the TARDIS.
No, you found out because her mom came tried to call everyone under the house after she was met with projectile vomit. That's a true story, by the way.
Yeah,
her mom came in to the room into the hospital room. I'm sorry, K-Storm. I love you, honey. Her mom came into to the delivery room where we were at and opened the door. Hey, hi, K-Storm. How you doing? Turned. I love you, honey. Please don't kill me. Point is,
Me walking in. Hey guys, what's going on in this thread? Oh god.
All right.
point is, we are super protective of our kids' well-being. Any parent would do anything to protect their child from any sort of harm, including any particular vice they might be partaking in, if they've got their head on straight. However, in this instance, in this circumstance, I cannot, in good faith, condone this kind of behavior if it is proven that Nick Rekieta and his spouse and the other person who was along with them were partaking in these items openly around said children. So, if that was proven, if that is in fact the circumstance, under no, I'm sorry, that's a hard fucking line. I'm a fucking daddy.
Throw the book at them.
I'm very sorry, but I have to say that.
There's nothing to be sorry about. What parent wouldn't care for their children is not a good parent
Well,
at all.
I'm sorry because I do feel bad for Nick Rekieta falling into this fucking pit of substance use and shit. Because it's fucking tragic. Who the fuck needs that?
It is, especially when he was doing so well with his life that he didn't have to ruin it to this extent. Even if there were problems, I mean, the fact that he fell that down that quickly too. Like, bro, look at his streams from like 3 or 4 months ago. He looked perfectly healthy, and now he looks like a cadaver. Like, my man is pallid, not even pale. He looks like a drowned corpse because he's abused himself to such a terrible extent.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking sad.
And I do want to let you guys know, I'm gonna put in the chat a couple things. Number one, I'm going to put in the chat through my thingy here a resource page that Andy Signor had put together for folks to be able to go to in the event of dealing with domestic issues, or if you have a problem where you're not able to confront a spouse or a partner who is doing bad things to you. This is the community resource page link that Andy is putting out there.
Better safe than sorry, as they say.
Actually, yes. So that's what I'm saying here. That's number one. Number two, what I'm also going to show is I'm going to share a phone number that I got a hold of over here. This is the emergency phone line for you guys to be able to call, and that is for the, where is it? Hang on, where is it? Open. There you go.
You can find it. It's all good.
Live research.
Yeah, for the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration here. You can call two numbers. The emergency number, if you're in a crisis, call or text 988. That's like 911, but instead of cops, it's resources for folks who are dealing with suicide prevention.
So they actually try to help you. Like
yes. Yeah, exactly. Yes, unlike fucking cops. Or you can call their phone number, which I have saved here. Where is it? Fuck you, open up. Where are you? You
save it, did you?
Yes, I did. Shut up. Shut up. Don't you look at me.
While Juan is looking for that, I would like to say that at the risk of sounding too optimistic, part of me hopes that he can bounce back from this. Nobody has died, thankfully. Only he has gotten hurt by his own actions. And I know the man clearly has an addiction problem. That is going to take him years to brush off if he ever manages to truly escape it. It's going to be boring and it's going to be painful. But he really has done, until this point, nothing wrong with his life. He did his job fine. He entertained the people. He informed the people. He has the money and he has the resources. Part of me wants him to actually, take a look at himself, clean up his act, and actually pursue an idea to actually improve himself into the person he used to be. Because as Joe ever so eloquently and educatedly showed me with the history of Bam Margera, falling off the wagon is far too easy, and jumping back on the wagon is far too hard. And unlike Bam Margera, Nick seems to have at least somewhat of a more solid foundation to his adult life. So I'm hoping that this man can truly reshape himself into the more respected, law-abiding making citizen that he used to be, not just for himself, but for his kids. Because if he loses custody of the kids, or if he goes to jail, that's going to be consequences he's going to have to face. But now innocent people are going to get hurt, because that means that 4 kids lose their father because of the father's bad habits, and that is bad no matter which.
Potentially mother too.
And potentially mother too. That's bad no matter which way you look at it. So if only for the actual family, not for himself, I hope that he can take a good look at himself, see just how far he's fallen, and start climbing his way back up,
I hope so too. It's going to be a very long road, but if he's willing to commit to it, and if he's willing to take a long look at himself, then he will do it.
And there's the other phone number that I found that, like I said, and I pinned it as well. This is the helpline to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. 855-780-5955. Or you can dial or text 988 if you're in an emergency. Remember, folks, there are resources, there are people who are trained professionals who can help you if you are dealing with addiction, whether it's substance use or if it's alcohol use, if you are in a crisis where you're thinking about punching your own clock, or if you're or if you're seeing that you're using substances in an improper manner. Like I said, we want to use this opportunity to promote this stuff because it's clear and obvious that this isn't something that he's just decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do crime now.
Yeah, no.
Nothing can stop. No, he's a fucking lawyer.
You don't get up in the morning looking at a pile of drugs and going, how deeply am I going to bury my head in here today?
Exactly. No, it's not like a fucking conscious choice you do. It's clearly something that happens over a period of time, and it's clearly something that happens from making choices and making decisions one after the other, and whether it's good or bad. In this case, it was fucking bad. It was fucking bad.
Very much so.
But that, like I said, that doesn't mean that that we have no sympathy. We have sympathy. That's why we want to try to get a little more word out for this, because this shit's important. It's important to actually get to let people know there are resources for these kind of problems. That being said, at some point, there's going to be conscious decision making when it comes to partaking in those substances and partaking in whatever else might be charged, what might be brought up as part of the charges. And the only thing I could say is, if you're a friend of his, be a proper friend to him now. Support him and to let him know, listen, you're our friend, we're gonna help you out, but you fucked up royal.
Oh yes.
Yeah, support him and support his recovery.
Don't be a dick and say oh fucking you brought this on yourself. Clicks and clout. There's gonna be fucking assholes. There are literally already assholes.
Yeah.
Eric July. By the way, hi there. Since our close-up camera is the little motor on it, the battery died. You see how the blue light's off? Yeah, the battery died. Hi there, Eric July, the editor and creator of Rippaverse Comics. You're a fucking asshole for trying to dance around all this shit, and you and your fucking cliques are fucking assholes for trying to say that he's doing this and this is what he deserves for trying to get opinions about you being a grifter? Fuck you! You fucking hack! And every single one of you people who are trying to take advantage of this shit! Fuck you! That's not the shit we need right now.
So he was a fair weather friend.
No, Marlon Brando. I'm gonna plug up the motor.
So he was a fair weather friend, basically.
No. Eric July was never a friend. Eric July is a fucking grift-tuber, Angel. Don't you know what he is? He literally has built his whole reputation on, comics are now too woke, but I will give you comics that are not woke. All you have to do is throw millions of dollars at me so I could buy a fucking office building, try to set up like I have a fucking deal with McFarlane Toys, even though I don't have a real partnership. It's just a licensing thing, and throw millions of dollars at me so that I can make really shitty fan film trailers to my really shitty comic shit. I can unwoke you all! That's his fucking shit. Oh no, he's friends with the fucking pronouns guy. He's friends with all those idiots. Fuck you all. Yes, you're right. He is a parasite.
Okay, but if I wanted to watch non-woke stuff, can I just watch anime instead or something?
Nope, because anime is too woke now. You have to throw your money at Eric July. You have to save the Rippaverse.
Well, screw it then.
Asshole.
Well, screw it then. Then I guess we're all considered woke because we like watching anime.
I guess. I mean, that's a strange constitution for a criticism, but
I like to think it less being woke and more being progressive.
Yes. Thank you.
No amount of progressiveness saves shitty writing. Let's just
thank you.
Do you know what? That is
Vince was in the way.
No,
you know what? That's the best part of this. Notice X-Men 97.
That show was amazing.
You know why? Why? Because it has good writing. That's it. It doesn't matter if you want to do something that is considered woke or progressive or conservative or liberal, whatever the fuck.
Wait, you mean to tell me that X-Men is woke? It always has been.
If the writing is good, that is genuinely all that matters. If the writing is genuinely good, the public will tell you. You don't have to listen to a bunch of YouTube channels. Just look at how many people are watching it versus how many people don't give a shit.
Well,
exactly.
it's also why we don't look at the Rotten Tomato critiques for movies. We're like, okay, what do actual people think? Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Precisely. And you know what? While we're at it, brief shout out to Marvel Studios. Yes, X-Men 97 season 1 was a success.
It was pretty good.
They wrapped up the season last week. I had a chance to watch it from beginning to end, and it was fantastic.
All I ask is two things for the next season of X-Men. First off, further Cyclops glazing.
Don't you mean ruin Cyclops' day?
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
That one dude who came up with checklist. The checklist of every single X-Men storyline. X to ruin Scott Summers' day.
Hang on, I gotta find it now. God damn it.
But while you're at it, what was the second thing?
The second thing is I want Magneto to face the consequences of his actions.
That would be nice.
I genuinely want that because, listen, that was a very sad, dramatic...
Marcella! Marcella Callie, how are you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to the Ravens flock. And, thank you for that. Thank you, Mr. Quake. X-Men, the anime series, has always been woke. Ha, bitches. Let's see here.
Yeah, but, with Magneto... Well, here's the thing. I don't really have anything negative about Magneto in the last season. All right, spoilers, folks, if you haven't finished it.
Some spoilers.
I haven't finished it, so let
I
me
haven't
just.
either.
We
Okay, now I'm gonna
no
shut
spoilers.
up. No spoilers.
No spoilers. Sorry.
Let's-
We
No.
will duct
The
tape your
thing
mouth
is,
shut.
while I understand
We will
why he did
you.
it, the consequences of his actions are too far-reaching to just shrug off. Now, the whole thing goes, ultimately, here's the 10 basic X-Men plots. Number 1, aliens ruin Scott Summers' day. The teenage female audience surrogate, Kitty, Jubilee, Armor, etc., does something really cool. Number 3, bigots ruin Scott Summers' day. Number 4, Storm wrestles with her leadership positions. Number 5, time travelers ruin Scott Summers' day. Number 6, everything connects back to Wolverine. Actually, surprising, nothing connected to Wolverine in this series.
No, a little
he was
bit,
just
but
kind of
not.
his own thing.
But go on.
Level 7, literal demons rise from the depths of hell to ruin Scott Summers' day. Number 8, Professor Xavier turns out to have done a bad thing. Number 9, the other X-Men ruin Scott Summers' day. And number 10, the Phoenix shows up, most likely to ruin Scott Summers' day.
Oh my
All
god!
right, let's stop right there because a lot of it is spoilers.
No, but like truthfully, that all that happened in this season of X-Men '97.
Kinda.
Well, shit.
But yeah, no, this has pretty much been the Scott Summers really fucking cool show, and also Magneto is fucked up again.
Yeah, no, seriously. Mr. Quake is like, yeah, X-Men Evolution, Cyclops is the GOAT. And yes, X-Men Evolution was fun. Let's see. I wish Steve Blum meets Cal Dodd's OG Wolverine. That'd be cool. Idle Man Nostalgia just put in the effort.
Put in
There
the
was effort.
No, yeah, no, as in like, hey, like, nostalgia's cool, just put in effort. And just
make
like DuckTales 2017 was effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, there was a lot of Doctor Who actors in there. What's her name? Catherine Tate.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah, Catherine
Oh, we
Tate,
love Catherine
who
Tate.
plays Donna Noble in the Doctor Who series. She voiced Magica Dispel in the show. So whenever it's Magica Dispel out to have her revenge against Scrooge McDuck, it's literally Donna having a tiff with the 10th
All
Doctor.
I hear whenever I hear Catherine Tate is, Donna Noble has left the library. Donna Noble has been saved.
Also,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but apparently the fact that the real voice of Donald Duck when he speaks clearly is Don Cheadle is the funniest shit in the world.
Right?
Also, the episode where they had Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
where
that
there
was cool.
Darkwing Duck.
They actually had like a new actor or whatever. It was like in the they were going to film Darkwing Duck, but the original voice actor of Jim Cummings is like, no wait, I'm Darkwing Duck, and so you had Darkwing Duck
jokes.
versus Darkwing Duck.
Jokes on jokes
It was
on jokes
fucking.
on jokes.
It was good.
I am the shadow that
it was.
flaps in the
It was
night.
good.
It was the
meta-
Spider-Man and Spider-Man meme.
No.
You.
But also, what's also really great was that at the end of it, I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all actually saw it, but at the end of it, like you see that the Jim Cummings Darkwing Duck actor is like, oh my god, he really is gone. I think I accidentally killed my hero, but it's said that he's gonna be gone. Like you see that he fell into a sewage drain, and like the tint of his costume started running off, and it turns that all that craziness that he was going into turns him into this series version
becomes the
of
Reed.
Negaduck. So and play it like the Joker's origin. You know, you see him like actually say, "Wait till they get a load of me."
Oh, that's
You know something? I'm glad that we're talking about this. Gives us a little bit of an icebreaker because we need to move on to the next
Also,
story.
there is a running gag regarding our previous story.
Yeah.
The Chris Chan medallion.
Oh fuck!
No.
So,
Listen,
turns out by
a couple years ago, Nick Rekieta had received in the mail someone had made a Sonichu medallion, which and anyone who knows internet culture,
Yeah, we're not talking about that one in particular.
Point is, anything related to Chris Chan is cursed.
Well, unfortunately, that necklace was cursed because the moment he puts it on, his bad habits began roughly around that time. Also,
right.
you know who else did the same thing?
Who?
Another YouTuber who completely ruined his career and reputation.
Oh god.
iDubbbz.
Oh god!
He
you're right.
also got a medallion. That shit is like the fucking behemoth from Berserk.
Oh my-
You put that on and nothing but horror awaits you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next story.
Yeah,
here.
and since we're talking about internet personalities,
Yes.
there's actually, go fucking figure, there was one who is considered an OG, who's considered a legend in the world of YouTubing and interneting.
Well,
who-
of course, he gave us bitch lasagna.
It's PewDiePie.
Yes, he gave us bitch lasagna.
Bitch lasagna.
Oh, you didn't know?
indeed.
You don't know bitch lasagna, Dragonfang? Oh, you do? Good. You don't know?
Many of you are
Okay.
already aware of the man known as PewDiePie. Famous, well-known streamer and YouTuber, known for having extremely off-color, raunchy humor, extremely offensive, and how he slowly mellowed out over the years, became a regular, still very well-known and popular streamer, and eventually decided that he was done with the business. He married his sweetheart, and he moved to Japan. A beautiful tale of character development.
He lived happily ever after.
Yeah, he became a good person. Isn't
right?
it great?
So go figure. He got the good ending.
Unfortunately, things are not going so sweet in Japan because as of recently, most likely because of the advent of the summer, there's a lot of tourists. Now, normally this would not be a problem. Tourists come, they enjoy the sights, they taste the food, they get some souvenirs, they spend some money, they go home. End of story. Unfortunately, within the throng of tourists, one you could say that there is a wolf in this flock of sheep. The most disgusting, unbased, low-tier existence there is. Something so filthy, so abominable, so subhuman, that the aspect of calling it a person makes me shudder with barely contained revulsion. Ladies and gentlemen, we got influencers. Yes, unfortunately, Japan has been filing a lot of complaints because not just due to the big names, some influencers have been coming and trying to play and use the country as their own personal playground.
Yeah.
There have been many reports of people disrespecting the culture, disrespecting the citizenry, disrespecting the law, and not behaving properly. Now, the average tourists, they understand that when you go to another country, you want to play by the rules of that country.
Behave.
You want to because
exactly.
If you want to be
you
allowed
are a guest in their nation.
Exactly.
Different country,
Don't
different
be
rules.
fucking assholes.
If you wish to go to a country, then you are to partake in their joys, then you must also understand the laws by which that society functions, and you are expected to behave with a civilized manner, and to its credit, the average tourist seems to understand this. The average influencer, on the other hand,
They
does
don't.
not. And this has
because
become a problem.
content.
Unfortunately, content. The thirst for clout is a greater drug than cocaine will ever hope to be, and we have been seeing several cases of that happening. Many influencers causing straight up just disturbing the peace.
Now in this article provided to us by Dexerto.com, we're going to be sharing that right now, and this was published on May 22nd. May 22nd. Thank you. The headline reads: PewDiePie slams, quote, obnoxious influencers like Johnny Somali for, quote, ruining Japan.
In case you're wondering, Johnny Somali is that one douchebag that showed up to Japan, disrespected everybody, and has made a career of going to other countries and getting his ass kicked on them.
And arrested!
Constantly.
Why do people watch these, like people like this?
Because bruh, it's so cool. Look at how wild he is.
Also,
No, it's
minors.
not cool.
Are they trying to do, hey, welcome to Jackass?
Like idiots, yes.
Please, Jackass would respect Japan.
That's how you get banned
Actually,
from the
no.
country.
Jackass went to Japan in their first movie.
They went to Japan in their first movie. They were dressed up in panda suits.
Well, look at that.
They were dressed up in panda suits. They were being goofy with each other.
Yeah.
Not disturbing
They
anyone
weren't
else
fucking
around.
with the average Japanese civilian who just wants to go to work.
Exactly. Like, and you see some Japanese, like, no, there was some moments where you actually had some Japanese street performers who were there, and them in the panda suits,
And they participated.
Jumped in and like, yeah.
Good news. You got arrested.
Is that Johnny Somali gets arrested? Yeah, he
Yeah.
does, but
Okay,
like,
shut
it's not
up.
enough. So okay, YouTube star Felix PewDiePie Kjellberg. He's gonna kick my ass for mispronouncing his last name.
Don't worry about it.
Kjellberg slammed content creators like Johnny Somali for, quote, ruining Japan by breaking laws and filming their unruly behavior.
I'll take care of this.
Several
influencers has faced backlash over the last few years for filming themselves engaging in disruptive behavior in Japan. The most notorious of which is kick streamer Johnny Somali. But he's not the only one. Other creators have also come under fire for their unruly content of their country, such as WWE United States Champion Logan Paul's infamous 2017 incident in
the
Aokigahara Forest, and another YouTuber who fled from law enforcement trying to get across the entire length of Japan for free, avoiding paying bus and train fares.
While Somali was arrested and deported from Japan, the phenomenon continues to be a point of contention, and that has been called out. Why is this fucking pop-up? No, shut up. Get out.
I want to see the pop-up. I want to see that guy's face.
Let's see here. Let's see. Contention has been called out by several high-profile creators, and now none other than PewDiePie has given his 2 cents on this subject.
It's worth noting that PewDiePie is a resident of Japan. He moved there with his wife, Marzia.
Yeah, that was her name.
He's going to share his love for the country in the years following his move, and even welcome his first child in Japan in 2023.
Yay.
Although he avoided speaking out about the Somali situation to avoid giving the man attention, because that's what they want. He decided to upload a video discussing such unruly influences after realizing that Japan is taking measures to prevent bad behavior from content creators.
Exactly.
It's become an infestation, because PewDiePie said.
Yes.
All these YouTubers are coming, trying to be as obnoxious as possible, get a bunch of attention, and get a bunch of hate clicks. It is really frustrating because for a lot of people, Japan is an escape from this bad behavior that's done in public a lot of times. But he continued, Japan is seen as more polite, and therefore people want to protect that. He went on to call out Johnny Somali, specifically calling the streamer such a fucking idiot over his antics that got him arrested and hit with a hefty fine earlier this year. He got arrested and now he got deported. And I don't know if he's banned for life or anything like that.
God,
but I think it would be really difficult for him to enter again, which is good. He said.
Now, I think the Jason, Kelberg also pointed out an anti-terrorism exercise that Japan's police and self-defense force orchestrated a year ago, where they simulated an incident using the scenario of, quote, troublemaking YouTubers attempting to intrude onto an SDF camp.
By the way, that's a military installation. They can shoot you for doing that. Please don't run into a military installation for clicks.
It's like the Area 51 raid shit. Please don't actually try to raid Area 51.
Listen, I understand that we live in a country of freedoms and liberties and all that shit, but there's this thing called rules and boundaries that keep those freedoms and liberties available to the public.
Nah, bro, I gotta get that clout.
Okay, but that guy over there has a fully functioning rifle and he's a military trained person.
Man, I'm a web influencer. Nobody can touch me.
Bullets can.
Very quickly and very painfully.
What a thrill.
What I'm really thinking is, like, a lot of these influencers they don't grow out of the invincible teenager years.
Why would they?
Really
they have a crowd of
they
have a crowd of anonymous faces screaming and cheering.
I know, but it's like when we were all teenagers, we kind of thought we were invincible. We're supposed to grow out of that
We
phase.
grew up once
fucking
we have
idiots as
responsibilities.
But the more popular a web influencer get, the more it goes straight into their head.
Because they have money and they have the power and they have the influence.
And then people continue to want to see this behavior, so they keep saying, yeah, more, and it just is a very bad
They
cycle.
feed the algo.
Now, whether you're a web influencer or not, this is a simple practice to do when visiting foreign countries. Please just follow their rules and don't be an asshole.
Be respectful.
It's
Like I
Don't be
said before, behave.
It's not that difficult. It's not like Japan has a huge ass book of rules of every single way you have to behave. It's the very simple of be polite.
Yeah.
Because if you
And don't
disrupt
be stupid.
Yeah, because if you disrupt their peace and record it, you're not only disrespecting yourself, but you're also disrespecting their country and their culture.
There was a sign that I saw on a Japanese regular gas shop, essentially saying, please do not take items from one shelf and put them in another.
Oh, yes.
Americans do it all the time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that doesn't fly over there because there's
No, it
people whose
does
job
not.
is organizing those stupid fucking shelves. Don't make their life. It's like the fucking shopping cart test, you know? Do you take the time to put the shopping cart test?
Always.
This
Always.
is a
Every
simple
single
option.
Always.
It only costs you a bit of time. Nobody gets hurt by you removing the cart. In fact, people benefit from putting the cart. Putting the cart back in
It
place
makes
is
the
objectively a
jobs
good thing
of
to do.
people like that so much easier.
It is what determines whether you are worthy of existing in society. In fact, death sentence for the people who put the fucking cart.
Wow,
there.
Angel.
Damn, bro! I work for that shop. I
So
have
did
to
I.
pick up those fucking carts.
Yeah, but
Okay.
don't you think that's a little too much?
I found one in the lake. Death sentence.
No!
No trial.
We'll go to jail and ban them from the store, but
No, Angel!
Damn, bro, you ain't no Sith, but you do deal in absolutes.
Yes, I do.
that means he is a Sith.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Brother,
I think he deserves a whack.
brother, if I had the Force, I would have used it in ways that would make horror movies about.
Able to get
You know what I would do with the Force?
What?
I would go to the DMV and I would manipulate their minds so the wait feels even longer.
You asshole.
Wax bonkus.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom, so go ahead.
Okay, so apparently K-Storm wants me to...
The proper use of the Force is
Abandonment.
insidious.
Okay,
It gets
so
into the
apparently
fingernails.
K-Storm wants me to whack Angel on the head with this whack-a-spockus.
Yes.
It's worth ow, 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 pain.
The all-seeing eye.
I can't live with
The
that.
iCloud.
That's an
The
illusion.
iCloud.
monster.
The iCloud.
That is literally an illusion monster. By the way, I gotta be
It's
honest,
watching you. It
Il-
is always
I think it
watching
actually
you.
might be the spaghetti monster.
Also, bro, I gotta be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed on the new boosters that we got. Nightmare Magician looks drippy as fuck. beautiful card, level 7. If you summon it, if it fights an opponent's monsters, they don't get destroyed, but you take control of the opponent's monster. The problem is, there is no way to easily summon it. The damn thing has barely any support.
For the record, Angel's referring to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, folks.
Have you seen Nightmare Magician?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Is that like the one that everyone's saying with a nice rack?
No, this is a male magician.
Okay, we'll bring that up another time. The point is over here. Okay, getting back to fucking the idiots over here. Okay, for the record, we don't want anyone actually going to fucking
Look how cool that guy looks.
Yeah, that looks cool. All right, we don't want anyone being assholes in foreign countries, but apparently that's not something that anyone else could do.
It keeps happening too because, okay, look at Johnny Somali's dumbass attitude here. Like, okay, let's see what you did. You got some clout.
Good, fuck.
You got your ass kicked by the police and they threw you in jail. You will most likely never be able to go back to the country again. So you are wasting any options that you could use to get further clout.
What's the point of doing that? You go there once.
Is he just country hopping to get?
And you can never go back.
Every country.
I guess, like, has this become his brand? Disturbing the peace everywhere he goes?
Why is that like, oh my god, yeah, I did this. Okay, you're an idiot.
You shouldn't be proud of that.
You're an idiot.
That's the problem. They keep getting views and they keep getting clout, and that's why they keep feeling proud about it, because they feel they can get away with it.
That's what I really do think.
Sadly,
the influencer
Japanese
stuff
police
is getting to be.
Sadly, Japanese police is for once nowhere near as violent as American police.
No, they aren't.
You know, truthfully, we should be thankful that they're not, because let me put it this way: the Japanese self-defense forces are like the folks who are in charge of that are chomping at the bit to be able to go into full militarizations.
Yeah,
and even going to as far as actually repealing Article 9 of their constitution, so that they could actually have a which will let them be a full-on invadable army. Yeah, because once you take off that little protection, once you
yard off the sound, run off into the distance. Hello, Kate.
That particular article was put in at the end of World War II.
After World War II.
At the end of World War II, as part of the peace process.
But if they're not going to respect the peace,
that was a very, very long time ago. It honestly is about time for it to go, and if it goes, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, truthfully, it really shouldn't go, because if that's how crazy people are getting in Japan now, especially.
I mean, to be fair though, it's not just people; it's just a bunch of foreigners coming in and fucking everything. Oh wow, it's the Mayan period all over again. Now, this is not Japan's only action against unruly foreigners and content creators. Recently, the country had to block a famous view of Mount Fuji because the tourists were blocking the road by taking pictures of the popular spot. Japan has also restricted access to certain streets in Kyoto's historic Gion district, famous for the performing geisha Maiko, to curb antisocial behavior from visitors.
Are you kidding me?
I saw a clip of that and it was fucking disgraceful. You see this lady dressed like a geisha just trying to walk down the street,
and I saw this
and that stupid tourist kept trying to get in front of her to take pictures, and she clearly did not want it and kept trying to walk around the lady, and the stupid bitch kept running after her.
It was a little old
bad. That is
like,
bad.
Don't act like this is a fucking zoo. These are not animals.
These are very, very high profile.
These are people, you stupid assholes.
Exactly.
All right,
Jesus.
So let's
just
see.
As high profile
Johnny Somali
as
was such a big star. He was arrested after many controversial incidents in Japan, including trespassing on a construction site, very dangerous, broadcasting loudly in a restaurant, very offensive, and he was hit with a $200K fine, which was about $1,400. And later he traveled to Israel, where he was also arrested. Yeah, Israel doesn't play.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to start shitting Israel, man.
Jeez Louise, this guy's just bad news no matter where he goes.
Kind of a douche.
He's an asshole.
And unfortunately, he's not the only one now. There has not been influencers that are as bad as him. But the point in case is... thank you. The point in case is, if tourism is an important industry to Japan, then the tourists should at least take the point of, forgive me for sounding cynical here, protect the merchandise, all right? If you go to a beautiful garden and you start stomping all over the place and sitting on the flowers...
Like an asshole?
They are going to kick you out of the garden.
Actually, people have done that in those tulip fields.
Yeah.
They've stomped around them and completely destroyed them.
Yeah, like, dude, those are extremely expensive flowers that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're gonna go broke for the rest of your life. Get fucked. And more importantly, you're going to ruin it for everybody else, because you're basically... Now the average Japanese person is going to be like, oh great, tourists.
More American
gaijins.
Even more than they were before.
More filthy gaijin.
Once again, all you have to do is behave like a human being. Don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, if
it's not that hard. It's not a hard practice.
And that's the thing. If you are polite, they're going to love you.
Yeah. Just
if you're trying to ask for directions,
they will happily assist.
Yeah, they'll help you, but don't go, You should know. You should tell me right now. Don't do that. Just
Don't
say,
care in
"Hey,
Japan, please."
Can you show me the way, or point me in the direction of the nearest convenience store? And they'll say, go down a few blocks and turn right.
We have translating software. You can literally just put it and go, hey, excuse me, can you tell
Or
me
show
what
them
this
the map
is?
and say where you want to go, and they will show you.
Dogawa. Insert name here.
Sumimasen.
Sumimasen.
Excuse me. Gomenasori.
Please don't say that to them. No. Please don't.
They'll look at you like,
Oh my god.
Gaijima Gabayo.
They're gonna look at you like, oh great, it's
Oh
one
no,
of
it's one of
these.
those.
Oh, great, it's a tourist.
Listen, I just wanted to get to the area where all the expensive stuff is.
No,
Anyway.
do not go to Ginza.
I was talking about like Ikebukuro or Ginza's already.
No,
Talking
no,
about Ikebukuro?
Yes, Ikebukuro.
no,
Oh, fuck you both!
that's
Jose,
that is
talk
not
about
the
Ikebukuro.
expensive place. Expensive is Ginza. Do not go there.
Ironically, if I actually do go to Japan, I don't want to go to the fancy places. I just want to go to one of those temples with the big fancy red Giza gates.
Yeah.
I just want to go there to like take the atmosphere in because it looks like a
Yeah,
very
that's
peaceful
what I
place.
did when I went.
When I went there, I went to.
I want to put in like a prayer or two to the big old statue of the Rashomon. Throw some coins in there. Honestly, I just want to check out the forests. Like
Nice.
I want to look at the nature place.
Just not.
Just not the suicide
Please.
forest,
No,
I'm not
please.
gonna go to the suicide forest. I just want to go to like a forest because listen, it's easy to go to Japan for the tourist attraction, but I want to enjoy the nature if I can. Those beautiful mornings
Go
with
for
the
the
mist in
culture.
the bamboo
Immerse yourself.
population.
That's
Cultural
why I
enrichment.
went. That's why Zayana
Relaxing in a
went.
hot spring. I want to do something like that. I just want to enjoy the
Onsen.
place.
Like,
I
point
went to
is,
several onsens.
point is, please don't be an asshole in Japan.
Respect their respect their rules, respect their customs, and
No.
respect their culture.
Now, we're going to look at the chat, and there's also a breaking story that we got over here.
Thanks to the chat.
Thanks to the chat that we're going to bring up here in a second. Let's see.
I believe it has something to do with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, you know,
I actually just pulled it up.
Yes, and thank you, Zayana.
All right, so yeah, this is very, very, very much breaking news, folks, and we're just about learning.
Shit!
And we are just learning about this right now. This is an article provided to us by BBC.
Hold on. They changed the photo on it. Let me see over here.
The fuck?
Hold on. Yeah, they changed the photo.
BBC, come on,
Ooh,
man,
damn.
stick to one.
Good job,
photo.
K-Storm. That shit smells
No, that
great.
was. Oh yeah, the burgers. Oh, honey, don't forget the onion rings in the freezer.
Let's taste.
Okay, so in the article over here provided by BBC, here it is.
So the headline reads: Nicki Minaj fans fume as a gig is axed after an arrest. This article was just published, and it is breaking news, as we mentioned earlier. Nicki Minaj fans were left angry after the American rapper's gig at Manchester's Co-op live event was called off at the last minute following her arrest at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport.
Minaj was arrested on suspicion of exporting soft drugs before being fined and allowed to continue. Oh, well, come on, nothing happened. Shit, fuck.
However, she didn't make it to Manchester in time for her concert on Saturday, which was postponed as about 20,000 fans were in the
Damn.
arena waiting for her to take the stage. They included Imogen Pope, 18, from Newtown. Let's see here.
Newton Lewis in Merseyside.
Who said that they were pretty livid.
I spent $150 for my ticket. I'm booked
150
at
pounds.
Oh, then never mind then. Who cares? Your money's fake.
No,
I'm
that's
booked
a
at this
lot
for
more.
this.
Pounds
Oh,
for my
please.
ticket.
I'm 150 pounds. Go eat shit.
Jesus,
Let's
Angel.
let Juan read it.
I spent 150 pounds for my ticket and booked a day off work for it, and we sat there for about 3 hours waiting, and we got told it's not happening. She said, I'm gutted. Ellis Day, 17, from Cheshire, said he was, quote, absolutely devastated. We've come here, we spent all day getting ready to see this happen. It's just really disappointing when we've got our hopes up and spent the money, and we get told at the very last minute that she's not going to show up.
Actually, yeah, no. Check the chat real quick. Somebody's asking a very important question here. Joseph Santos, big fluffy drug. What the hell does a soft drug mean?
That's
Measure my pillow tested positive for. Oh my god.
Well, hang on a minute.
Is it like weed, marijuana?
Well, hang
I
on a
have
minute.
no
This
clue.
article is going to provide us a little more info. Fans.
We're led into the arena.
Yeah, I got this.
It's
So,
not anything from the actual arrest there.
oh, okay, never
More
mind.
about the. It's more about the actual experience of the fans.
Never mind.
Hold on. The arrest was beyond the arena's control, but Mr. Young was one of many to question why no official statement was made earlier. Quote, I'm confused as to why the co-op arena hasn't spoke to its fans. Why didn't they cancel it at 1700? Everyone's come.
Yeah.
My missus is crying. Why not tell us it's canceled before bringing us in?
Again, that's a really good question.
Yeah, no, apparently soft drugs do include hash, marijuana, sleeping pills, and sedatives. So basically, they are not harmless, but the risks are less serious than stuff like cocaine.
Wait,
or
but what if someone
ketamine,
actually needs
heroin.
sleeping pills and stuff?
Yeah, someone can make the argument that
If you have a prescription for it,
if it's a prescription
they
for
should
like
be able
sleep,
to show it though.
yeah, then you can just show that person like, hey, no, this is my name right here.
Nah,
You know, I
either
need
she-
this.
either that or the weed.
Exactly.
Even
Yeah.
though weed is super legal in the Netherlands, but that's in like
We're not going to be able to provide more information as right now this news is
just
just happened. But this is something that it's just now developing. But we will definitely keep our eyes on this news and we'll give another update later on.
I'm
Okay,
genuinely
wait,
surprised.
can
This is
you
the
go
first
back-
time I've seen
can
a
you go back
celebrity
to
get
that?
arrested for
Go back
soft
to that
drugs.
and
Soft
go down.
that is such a weird
because
thing
Yeah.
to label.
here's an
Normally
issue
when
I'm
you arrest
having.
a singer
Look
for
what
Hang
drugs,
on.
it's like some harsh
hang
shit.
on, gentlemen.
Oh,
Ziana's got something over here. Was this before?
go up. Yeah, people are apparently blaming Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
Okay,
and now
for
they're
getting
an
arrested.
ex-fan.
Squarely with the Olivia Gibson, 21, from Newcastle, says she was now an quote ex-fan, and Minaj has a track record of running late and should have allowed more time for travel. I feel appalled, but also in a way I'm not shocked, and it's not the co-op lives' fault. It's Nicki Minaj's fault. She just let all her fans down.
Here's the thing. I disagree with that because technically Nicki Minaj doesn't book the flights and everything. It's actually the manager.
The agency, yeah.
The agency.
It's the agency
So
that
if
does
she's
all
always
that.
running late, then honestly that falls on the agency.
Yeah, and not on her.
She needs to fire her agent then.
But
Yeah.
if there was any paraphernalia or
Yes.
stuff, then
Yes.
you
Then
know,
yes.
That's a different story.
But I mean, it's also what was it? Co-op.
the co-op lives.
Yeah.
It also is their fault for not telling. Why would you let people in if you know this is going on?
Maybe
They better be refunded.
I'm guessing. Oh, they will have to. They have.
They
no
have
choice.
to. That
Most
is
likely, they
utterly ridiculous.
expected this issue to be solved right away. They did not expect it to drag on as much as it did.
I mean,
People to spend money in their arena.
fuck that.
All the money on alcohol ain't gonna get refunded. Only the ticket.
The amount of, which also brings a question: how quickly did they get the how much
How quickly did they
information
know?
were they given about the?
Yeah.
that's
likely
a good
nothing.
question.
I mean, you're not gonna go to stage and tell a million people, "I'm sorry, your pop star
No,
just
no,
got busted for drugs."
I think they already knew about it,
Yeah.
but they still let people in.
They have to basically eventually go.
If they knew
"It's
about
been
it, they should
canceled."
said, "Yeah, sorry."
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Okay.
The Pokemon Go event in Chicago.
Oh,
It doesn't fucking work. They let everybody in. They
I
charged
remember
for the
that.
tickets. They knew the sellers couldn't take it.
that was
They did it anyway.
awful.
Oh, thanks for reminding
Why I
us.
don't even play Pokemon.
Why you gotta do that, man?
Hey.
Well,
Okay,
listen, there are a few things worse than being a Nicki Minaj fan.
Okay, get this. Apparently, get a load of this. In the article, they apparently some folks were handed pre-prepared cards for the announcement. Check this out. We regret to inform you that due to unforeseen circumstances, today's event cannot continue. Please check our social channels over the next few days for further information, including on any rescheduled dates and refunds. Please also feel free to contact Co-op Live on email.
How did they have time to print those fucking things out?
No,
Yeah.
those are generic.
Generic? Okay.
And those
Yeah.
are anytime they have to
Get a load of this, though.
It'll
On
make
social media,
Okay.
Minaj said she was in a jail cell for between 5 and 6 hours and finally arrived
Oh
in
no,
a
they had time.
Manchester.
They had time to know about
Around
this then.
midnight.
The second the arrest came out, they should have gone, okay, this is
Yeah.
it's over. Here's your money back. Sorry. Fuck off.
All right. Well, again, we don't have much more information beyond this article, but we are going to provide updates as this story continues to develop.
Damn.
Oh my god! But it's so awful. Like it's not
This
just
is
awful for
why
the
you
artist,
double
but awful
check
for the
what is
fans.
in your freaking luggage.
It's genuinely depressing. Okay, first off,
Soft drugs.
be careful with your soft drugs.
It's just like weed and sleeping pills.
Okay.
Also,
And
wait.
marijuana.
I just said
If,
that.
yeah, if you
Oh,
if you
forget
have
that.
it in your carry-on, I mean, Tinley, should you have that in your carry-on, or should it be actually in the
speaking-
luggage?
It depends on when you
It should
plan on
probably just
using
be
it.
in your home.
Yeah.
Question. If it is something like medical marijuana, something that you would require licensure in the
Yeah.
States, You have to keep it on your person.
Yes, and then
so that the prescription is right there.
And then when it goes through, you can say, I have everything right here. Yep. So then they shouldn't have any issue with that.
Nikki definitely double check her luggage, and that's how the drugs got there. Joseph said.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, in this case, very sorry to the fans for being fans of Nicki Minaj, but mostly for spending all your money on those tickets and getting screwed. Hey, listen, I don't like her music, but I can understand the disappointment of spending all that time and effort into this and just getting completely another.
I mean, her songs aren't that bad.
What songs?
Let's go to the beach, let's go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To the beach.
Super
There's
bad.
that one collaboration she did with David Guetta.
I like that one.
David Guetta. That was cool.
Now, since we have been nothing but bad, horrible news for the last show or so, I think it's only fair that we cap it with some good news. The last article you gave me, Juan.
Okay, well, there's it's split in two.
Yep, let's begin with the first one.
Okay. Also, Kyle Canada made his way into the chat. Hey up, Kyle Canada. Welcome to the Ravens Flock. How's it going, buddy? We appreciate your face. Let's see. Okay, so I'm closing that. Where is it? Okay. Dun dun dun. So this weekend we had an excellent and interesting little movie come out, a prequel, if you will, as part of the Mad Max anthology called Furiosa,
which literally just means she who is pissed off.
Yep. Basically, this is a prequel story to Mad Max Fury Road. What's her face? It's a story of Charlize Theron's character, who in this prequel story is played by Anya Taylor-Joy, the voice of Princess Peach.
Nice.
Yeah, and for the record, she is easy on the eyes, and yes, she's also a badass motherfucker. And yes, we did watch Crown Jewel over here.
Yeah, it was fun.
No, we watched King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's what you meant.
Crown Jewel's in November, but go on.
Yeah. All right. So get this. From this article that came out by Game Rant, the director of Furiosa, George Miller, reveals who he wants to make a Mad Max video game. Okay, and this is by Edis Gunner. Okay, you're gonna love this, guys. Furiosa director George Miller states that he'd like Hideo Kojima to lead the development of a new game set in the Mad Max universe. Despite the setting of the franchise being ripe for game adaptations, the Mad Max series hasn't had a major presence in the world of gaming for quite a while. A game designed by the esteemed developer George Miller has in mind, however, would likely excite many fans of the franchise.
That's gonna be very
what's up, Amy?
Oh my!
Say anything?
Wow.
There is a little wedge that I'm gonna put into this that is gonna hurt because how hard it hurts to laugh. There was a Mad Max video game.
Really?
In 2015.
Oh.
It was pretty good.
Okay.
You play as Max, you drive your Hog, you upgrade your car, you build your own base.
I assumed it's released simultaneously with Mad Max Fury Road.
No, it came out in 2015, and nobody knew about it despite being a decent game.
Guess why?
Because it came out on the same day as Metal Gear 5.
It came out the same day as Metal Gear 5.
How ironic!
Also,
Phantom Pain.
Despite being a damn good action game by itself, George Miller was not quite satisfied with the game because he couldn't give them all the production notes of the movie, so they just kind of grabbed whatever they could from the previous movies. So the game, just like every other piece of Mad Max media, is ambiguous in the timeline. But despite being a genuinely good game, completely forgotten because the Kojimbo effect. And now, after all these years...
I know.
That would
the irony hurts.
Now they want to ride on the coattails.
Yeah.
Irony is so good.
All right. Now, the Mad Max series has been around since the late 1970s and has remained a staple of pop culture ever since. Though George Miller's Australian set post-apocalyptic franchise has inspired several titles like id Software's Rage, there haven't been many officially licensed Mad Max video games over the last 40 years. The first rendition of this iconic franchise in the world of gaming was a 1990 action title of the same name that was released on the NES.
Jesus.
Fast forward 25 years later, and the next game based on the series was 2015's aforementioned Mad Max from Avalanche Studios. Even though it's been nearly 9 years since the last game set in the Mad Max world, George Miller still wants his dystopian franchise to make a return to the medium of gaming, preferably under a specific developer.
In an interview with Gaming Bible, George Miller reveals that Hideo Kojima would be the game designer he'd choose to helm a new Mad Max video game. Elaborating on this point of his, the film director states that the previous Mad Max game adaptation for 2015, quote, wasn't as good as he wanted it to be. As such, Miller claims that he's the type of person who'd, quote, rather not do something unless he could do it at the highest level. He thinks a gaming auteur like Hideo Kojima making a Mad Max video game would be a perfect fit. As excited as he would be about such a prospect, Miller admits, however, Kojima that Kojima's quote got so much fantastic stuff in his own head that he would never ask him.
Oh my god!
No, I can't bother him with that. No,
maybe I shouldn't.
No, I really shouldn't.
Hello, Mira-san.
Hang on, here it is.
Behind him.
Here it is over here, the actual video.
Would you be interested in making like a video game based on, the inspiration of the new films?
Well, we did have a video game made on when we did Fury Road. We've been asked for many times to do one. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It wasn't in our hands. We gave all our material to a company to do it. But I'm one of those people that I'd rather not do something unless you can do it at the highest level, or at least try to make it a higher level. But I've just been speaking to Kojima here, who came all the way from Japan to talk to him. If he would take it on, but he's got so much fantastic stuff in his own head that I would never ask him. But if there's someone like that who would take it on, because I couldn't do it, I don't know anything about
If there's any hope, please make it happen. We live in hope. We live in hope.
All right, yeah.
Oh my god.
So there you have it.
He was such a fan over here. He's like, he's over here smiling
He
ear to ear.
fanboyed.
He fanboyed over Kojima.
My
The
personal
smartest thing
favorite
to do.
about this entire mess is the fact that once again, the unknown, I wouldn't call it a rivalry. You guys ever seen Droopy?
Yeah, I love that cartoon.
There's a constant running gag that the antagonist, simply called the wolf, is constantly outdone by Droopy completely by accident. Droopy's
And Droopy's got like zero effort, maximum riz, fucking...
Okay, so that wolf is Neil Druckmann. And Hideo Kojima has become that Droopy because...
Like, if you need...
Never before has the comparison been more apt.
Like, okay.
You're not wrong.
Let's put it this way here, Angel, since you're over here gushing. Let's put it this way. Here, in this little exchange, where he was mentioning that Kojima was there at the event, at the premiere of Furiosa, here's the video of, shared by Kojima-san, of George Miller actually meeting him.
Oh, that's so cool!
And he's like, "Oh, is it great to meet you? Oh, check out this cool oversized lapel of your logo."
That's a fucking shield of coat of arms he put on.
Whereas at the Golden Globe Awards, Neil Druckmann and his appearance. Let me just show you that. Do you see any flashbulbs? Do you see any photos being taken for him? Anyone clamoring for him? Anyone calling for Neil Druckmann?
Nope. He's just
anything.
I'm just waiting to hear crickets.
That's sad.
I'm just waiting to hear crickets, man.
This is the story of a man that spent his life making games to turn them into Netflix deals. And his most recent interview, where he claims that he's going to...
No, we got that interview over here.
Oh, okay. I thought we were done at 9 or at 9:30.
No, we got that interview too, so we can show you guys how what Kojima is up against over here.
Neil Druckmann segue.
Yeah, the worst. But for the record, by comparison, when Kojima showed up for the premiere of Furiosa, he was not a special guest. He was just there to watch it.
He was there, and
the
he was
crowd
invited.
went fucking wild and started taking pictures.
There were so many. There was legitimately, he was just standing and he was walking across to go out, and people were taking photos.
Oh my god, it's Kojima-san!
And he actually turned around. He was surprised, like, oh. Hi.
He wasn't even like a guest. Was he a guest or was he?
He wasn't like invite. Like he got like a regular invite that you would get if you're an industry person.
I'm sorry, I just can't imagine Kojima getting in line and just getting an actual ticket.
Yeah, like he was invited over. He works sometimes in LA because Kojima Productions has two studios.
That's right.
So likely he was in LA already, and like, oh hey, by the way, you have an invite to Furiosa. Oh, Furiosa! I love the Mad Max movies. Let me see this. And you saw him show up. He got this gigantic ass lapel pin of the Kojima Productions logo, the Homo Ludens.
It's a coat of arms now.
Yeah, it is.
And people went batshit. The director of the fucking movies went batshit.
Like, dude, imagine going to see one of your favorite movies and the guy who made the movie goes, "Holy shit, is that cool guy? I am such a huge fan of you." Oh, thank you, Mr. Michael Bay.
Can you imagine if he actually does say yes?
I mean, that would be cool. I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon because he's working on Death Stranding too. But what we're seeing...
But can you imagine? That would be cool. And I'm not really a Mad Max fan.
It's okay. You don't have
But
to
I
be.
still think it would be cool.
Props to the director, George Miller, for saying something in his review. He mentions that he doesn't want the Mad Max's timeline to be something that people can easily connect from one point to a. He wants the stories to be vaguely connected and disappear, because you will never know exactly what happened. Is Mad Max even a person? Is he just a tale that people tell to each other around the campfire? Are there many men who are taking the mantle of Mad Max? Has he become some sort of immortal, gas-guzzling demigod, kicking ass, taking name, and asking for $20 for a Twinkie? We don't know.
I guess I'll go ahead and out myself. I also am a fan of the Mad Max franchise. My favorite film out of all of it is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Ha.
I genuinely don't understand why people hate that movie again.
I don't get it either. I thought the movie was fine.
It was alright, yeah.
That's why all I went was hot.
Kyle says here is that according to Mad Max Law Reboot, the 90s series
Fury Road is the new
had an episode inspired by Mad Max called Bad Bob. George Miller liked it so much that he worked with the guy on that episode. Holy shit.
Brendan McCarthy would later co-write and star on the designs for Fury Road.
There you go. See?
Yeah,
that's Fury Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the new one. Fury Road.
Four pregnant ladies.
No, Beyond Thunderdome was released in the late 80s.
The point in case is that the timeline, he's not lore poison. The timeline of Mad Max is vague, because if you start following chronologically speaking, by the time Furiosa happens, Max should have died of old age.
He should have.
He looks regular dude.
But
reincarnation.
But the thing is that that Furiosa itself is a prequel to Fury Road.
Sorry, I meant Fury Road.
You meant Fury Road.
By Fury Road, if you compare it to the movies that happened in the 90s, Mad Max should have died of old age.
Yeah.
I just choose to believe that he's too angry to die.
But that being
either that, or maybe there isn't that much time, or maybe it's a different part of the wasteland.
With that said,
the Triforce of Mad Max.
Okay, but with that said, folks, I have read online, a couple of friends have given nothing but positive opinions about the Furiosa movie, and I'm definitely going to check that out.
Like, let's put it this way. You see Anya Taylor-Joy being a badass motherfucker.
That's nice.
Okay, we're always down with that.
Chris Hemsworth
and you see Chris Hemsworth playing an over-the-top, hamtastic supervillain. Sold!
I like the idea of these Marvel actors who played righteous, everyday, clean, squeaky heroes becoming straight up fucking pure evil in their next movies.
What was it? The
Chris
one where
Evans, in The
Chris
Gray
Evans?
Man.
Yeah, there we go. The Gray Man starring Ryan Gosling.
He played a torture technician and CIA, FBI specialist man who got shot in the ass.
Yeah,
it's like looking at
shot in the ass, Suzanne.
He was so evil he grew an evil stash.
It's like looking at a giant muscled up a battle tested Jim Carrey.
So yeah, now we have Chris Hemsworth essentially going, okay, what if Thor but not Taika Waititi? What if just evil?
No, what if Thor but also grunge rock and awesomeness?
Hey, whether it's grunge rock or Taika Waititi, you can always count on Chris Hemsworth to drop the hammer.
I mean, he's on a chariot with motorcycle horses.
I bet your ass
in the Furiosa movie.
That was a blatant shut up.
All right, we're putting it off for too long. Let's get into the story of Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, no, Neil Fuckman. This is who Kojima's great rival is. Also, Tam Tam's in the chat. Hey up, Tam. Shamanistic Unicorn Tam. How you doing?
Raw.
I know, that smells incredible. I think that's the bacon.
All right. So, in an article provided by IGN,
Yep.
the headline reads, Naughty Dog boss Neil Druckmann says AI will, quote, revolutionize how content is being created.
This comes to us by way of Wesley Yinpool, but it brings up, quote, ethical issues we need to address.
Naughty Dog boss Neil Druckmann has said AI will revolutionize video game development process, but cautioned that the controversial technology has, quote, ethical issues. Druckmann, studio head and head of creative at The Last of Us and Uncharted developer Naughty Dog, issued the comment as part of a Sony-published interview on the company's creative entertainment vision. Druckmann was asked how he envisions the, quote, fusion of storytelling and technology evolving over the next 10 years as part of a Sony series that also revealed an idea for a futuristic PlayStation controller. Here's Druckmann's response in full.
I actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read this, but let me just put it this way. I made this comparison with Angel. Angel brought up Droopy.
Yeah.
Neil Druckmann isn't the villain to Droopy. Neil Druckmann is to Hideo Kojima what Daffy Duck is to Bugs Bunny.
Oh my god.
Fucking hell. Don't I'm gonna fucking Daffy Duck. I love Daffy Duck.
It's true.
I'm sorry, but he doesn't love himself. It's happening.
Oh my lord.
We're seeing this advertisement. Fuck. We're seeing this exciting marriage of cutting-edge technology with traditional storytelling that's pushing us into a future where enhanced fidelity isn't just about achieving realism, but about broadening the spectrum from highly stylized visuals to ultra-realistic ones.
Really?
This broadening of possibilities is fueled by increasingly accessible tools that allow even non-technical people to use their imagination and create worlds and narratives to their heart's content.
Free labor.
Non-technical people, aka someone who doesn't know their tech. Moreover, AI is really going to revolutionize how content is being created, although it does bring up some ethical issues we need to address. With technologies like AI and the ability to do motion capture right from home, we're reducing both costs and technical hurdles, opening the door for us to take on more adventurous projects and push the boundaries of storytelling in games. This evolution is truly empowering creators to bring their visions to life without the traditional obstacles.
Oh my god!
People.
Uh,
No, I have to say.
Pain people.
I have to say. That does actually sound like Daffy Duck because
You're despicable.
Daffy Duck actually does try and outshine
like
bugs. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Crying and failing miserably every single time.
Yeah, I love Daffy Duck, but
all right,
yeah,
guys,
true.
Angel.
There was a woman once, and her name was Amy Hennig. You don't know her. Her name is not too widespread in the industry, but she's one of the most important people in Naughty Dog because she wrote the Legacy of Kain series. She wrote many of their games, including the Infamous series. She wrote the story and the tales from the Uncharted series. And after she left, which was near the end of The Last of Us 1, so you can tell how the story begins to fall apart at that point, they have not been able to release another good new game or write a good new game since that point on. It has been it's been more than 10 years since she left, and Neil has basically been writing the cocktails of her work to prop himself up and putting a bunch of bullshit into his games. And if you don't believe me, go watch the cutscenes from The Last of Us 2, the video game. If by the end of it, you are not rooting for every single character to die horribly, you're not watching the right types of cutscenes. It is a special kind of bad because it's very clear that Neil Druckmann, he writes his games. He doesn't write games. You know what he writes?
He writes cutscene movies.
He writes pitches for Netflix.
Oh god,
that man yearns for the red carpet. He wants his own star in the Walk of Fame so bad. And the fact that Kojima manages to make games that are both more interactive and more interesting by just doing video games. Remember that documentary we saw, Connecting Worlds?
Yes, where he was basically showing the making of Death Stranding.
There's a little clip there that you see him actually doing work alongside the technicians and testing the cutscene and goes, "This part broke," and he starts laughing and runs off to call the technician.
So this guy, he was actually with the test controller. He's like, okay, this part broke. And he's like laughing aside, like, oh my god, we got a bug. Okay, I gotta get help.
I guarantee you, this man has never held a controller in his life.
Well, he got exactly what he wanted. He wanted to walk the red carpet, and he's walking the red carpet, albeit by himself. But hey, man, it's your party. You can cry if you want to.
That attitude of ultra-realistic graphics is the reason why Hellblade 2 is 5 hours long and 40% cutscenes and barely any gameplay.
Yes.
Okay. He is a tryhard, whereas Kojima was legitimately not trying.
He's just a cool... No. Kojima is trying.
But he's trying to make something different.
But he's trying to make video games.
He cares.
He
actually cares.
Remember this, when Kojima's father died and he had a choice to actually pursue the career he wanted, he could have gone into filming because he loves movies. He went into video games. He understands that video games have something that movies don't, a level of interactivity that they cannot replicate. They are different mediums for a reason, and the experiences a game can give you, watching a movie and being emotionally moved is not comparable to the struggle of defeating that one difficult boss after countless tries and feeling like you earned the victory. One is not necessarily superior to the other, but they are different. And Kojima understands, because even fucking Death Stranding, which is, at first, a game about literally delivering packages from point A to point B, manages to have a combination of difficulty, interactivity, and a level of interaction with the player that movies cannot replicate. If you show me a TV series of Death Stranding, I would see it but it would not be the same as the time I spend building the network by myself with Sam goddamn Porter Bridges.
Yeah, and it's definitely a different experience from playing the video game of Death Stranding to watching a different adaptation.
And Kojima understands that. He understands why it's different.
That's the craziness. Like you said, he doesn't understand it. What's his face? Duckman doesn't know how to take the secret sauce. He learned every single lesson ass backwards that Kojima put out in the world of gaming.
He wouldn't get it.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Hang on. Those are the burger patties and the bacon.
Movies, video games.
No.
Movies,
okay.
Video games.
You can make...
They are different. You can eat them both, however you want.
You can have them both.
But they are different.
Whoa.
Never forget that.
So,
yeah, it is on what a better note because it is unlikely Kojima will ever make a Mad Max game. But the fact that I love this, Kojima is so well known and so well liked that the people that make movies go, I want you to make games about my movies.
So I guess there's nothing else to cover.
That is genuinely the highest praise I can possibly imagine for a man like him.
No, you're good, man. But I don't think there's anything else to cover on the article, right?
No, the article itself, like, okay, the rest of the article is just like later in the interview.
Yeah, whatever. We don't have to read that.
Yeah, he's despicable. The tools evolve quickly. Some tools are essential or now are obsolete.
Translation, I don't need as many programmers or artists or writers.
Well, I'm just going to AI my way through fame.
Well,
I think we need to start having like a little thing that is great is like, this was made by AI.
Yeah.
So it's like the sweet baby ink detector, but it's the AI
Yeah.
detector.
Yeah.
Well, they got that when it comes to us making YouTube videos. Like, whenever I have to set up the stream in there, by the way, you have to insert, like, there's a checkbox over here, like, select yes or no. Like, there is computer-generated content in here, like, basically to broadly cover
I almost forgot.
What's up, Angel?
One last bit to remind you of the incompetence of Neil Druckmann. At the end of Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, the one that nobody likes because the story was garbage, the original script of the game, instead of having a daughter, he was supposed to have a son. And the end of the game would have you have the son basically doing a little playground sequence where he runs around the house using furniture and stuff to jump around in an imitation of his father's epic temple running treasure hunting days. It was supposed to be one of those comes in full circle, and your son might take up the mantle for you. Neil Druckmann at that point had already fired Amy Hennig. Do you know who he had in there though?
Who?
Anita Sarkeesian. Very quickly, the son became a daughter, and all the adventures, all the little sections with the daughter running off and doing completely removed to end up in yet another, and in a very dull, empty cutscene where basically Drake just sort of sits down on the couch with his wife and daughter, and that's how it ends. So they literally
anticlimactic.
They literally removed. They could at least kept the daughter doing adventure shit around the house,
because
but no.
That's how you show, like, hey,
that she's learning.
No, stuff.
The daughter is the most flat character in the entire game because she was basically a last-minute replacement. So she barely has a personality besides being a girl.
Wow, what a waste!
And that's why almost nobody remembers what the plot was of Uncharted 4. It also has this bizarre idea where one of the antagonists is this mercenary, is this big buff black lady. And you would think that Drake would be able to fight equally with her because he's also a big black buff. No, she kicks his ass constantly. And when he teams up with his brother, you think, okay, 2 against 1. She kicks their asses again. In fact, they never win a single fight against the diversity hire of the bloodthirsty band of mercenaries. Because not a single you think, okay, it's a band of mercenaries. People from all corners of life, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's a white dude except the black lady. And you never win a fight against her.
Are they like South African white dudes or something?
Nope, it's just
evil British or evil
European, British evil mercenary men and one diversity for some reason.
I think we're good.
Oh yeah, by the way, she survives the whole game when she was supposed to die in the last boss fight too.
Damn. All right.
You removed agency from the characters.
I think we're now good, Angel. But thank you.
Point in case is this guy's a hack.
Yeah.
This guy's a hack.
Duckman's a hack. Kojima is love. Kojima is life.
Exactly.
We're not simping from Kojima because he deserves it. He's special. He is special.
But we recognize a phony punk from a mile away.
We still simp. We simp.
No, we admire.
we also
respect.
Guys.
We respect.
We also recognize a phony punk from a mile away.
Well, yeah, no, like the crap stinks. We can see it.
Yeah,
but by the way, folks, last thing over here. We're since Jose's having us wrap up and everything, and we've got burgers waiting for us. Do not go away from this stream because we're actually going to redirect you guys to Nerd Report, which is live right now. That's why I had to switch the page over here. Let me take a look in the chat. I'll actually blow up the chat stream over here real quick so we can all see what they're saying. Very quickly.
Very quickly, because we are wrapping up.
Okay, so I do see Tam Tam. Yeah, but his game has enough cutscenes to rival actual movies in length. You're right. But that doesn't mean that you're not part of the experience. I remember Looney Tunes. Yep. Square Enix is over here like Snagglepuss. Ow.
Wow.
Bacon, bring back Jax, right?
God, I miss Jack.
Let's see. Roadrunner for life. Great. Now I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah.
People didn't like Dude Raider 4. Ha. People playing like the kid, like in Heavy Rain. Ricochet as El Pinto. Ha. Let's see. Tam Tam's just smiling, and hi, Nikki and everyone. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, we have reached the end of our programming. We appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. You guys have been great in the live chat. And yeah, no, we are definitely going to wrap up because we is hungry. Now, Angel, we're far from done. We've got a lot of exposition, but we are far from done over in Big Shell, aren't we?
Okay, we started our workday having to rescue the president. Then halfway through, the supervisor quit. Now there's a new manager, so we have a different thing to do. Raiden, take all of these forms and send them to the office next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in another episode of Los Amigos Play, where we will be enjoying yet another increasingly confusing episode in the saga of Raiden, the most overworked office worker in the history of life.
And it's just his first day.
Can you imagine their job being so shitty that your boss tells you to just kill him? And then the boss gets killed by the supplementary manager who's like, oops, my hand slipped.
He's the temp.
The temp manager killed the main manager. And then you find out that your main business is actually a cover for a more illegal business.
But Angel, don't forget the side appetizer of romantic drama and political subtext.
Oh yeah, by the way, he can't even go home to have peace and quiet. His wife is being a bitch about it.
Girlfriend.
Might as well be the wife with the way she's nagging him so badly.
Well,
Do you remember?
Honey,
do you
please,
remember what day it is tomorrow?
Honey, I am in the middle of a firefight, please.
Tomorrow?
Honey,
do you remember what day it is
What's
tomorrow?
tomorrow?
Don't you mean nudes?
Send dudes.
Don't you mean nudes?
I'm in a fight. I need more men.
And all right, and where can folks watch Los Amigos Play?
Well, they can watch it every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our precious channels on YouTube and Kick.
All right, and for any pro wrestling fans out there, tune into my program, which is Wrestle Rewind, every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, where me and Mr. Juan Arouse, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. And on the next Thursday, we will be reviewing the main event for this year's WWE's King and Queen of the Ring, which
Tall Canada's having pizza time over there. Where we appreciate you, buddy.
I'm going to rewatch it so I can join you guys for that one.
Yes. That main event features Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE title against the aforementioned Logan Paul. And
fuck you, Logan.
We're also going to be covering the main event for AEW's Double or Nothing, which is the Anarchy in the Arena match. The Elite,
that's happening tomorrow night.
Which is happening tomorrow night. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of yelling from hot tags, but we hope to see you there. Watch out.
Yeah, and before you get on in that, let's go ahead and actually start the weeks off right with my program, The Black Files, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock. As you notice here, we covered a whole myriad of different stories in the world of nerd and pop culture, but on The Black Files, we just hone in on one, we zero in on it, and we give our unfiltered opinions. We do not apologize for any of the shit, but what we do try to do is we cut to the truth of the matter. In this past week, I was covering how ChatGPT and OpenAI, their parent company, may have tried to steal Scarlett Johansson's voice for their AI voice assistant program, and how much of a fucking mistake that was.
Yeah.
That was dumber than a box of rocks, and from an AI company, they should know better.
That's exactly why they don't know better.
So if you guys like listening to hard-hitting stories of the world of nerd and pop culture, then request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern for the Black Files.
And of course, tune into our main show, the #1 show on our channel, The Ravens Flock, which is every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube and Kick, where we, the motley crew of nerds, are gathered here every Saturday night to discuss with you the latest news and topics circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. Whether it's a slow week, a busy week, or even a dead week, and there's always something to discuss, and we'll be here to share with each and every one of you. Now, once again, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. You guys have been fantastic in the live chat, and we've been doing this game since 2013, working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. With that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, Dragonfang Cosplay, Zayana Rose Cosplay, K-Storm Cosplay, and yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you the latest news in the world of nerd and pop culture. Working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. Join us as we go live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content, become a Nader Flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/The Ravens Flock 13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock online, Kick.com/The Ravens Flock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of our flagship show. Nerds watching all over the internet, we are The Ravens Flock, and we are out. It's burger time!